Good morning, everybody. It's another trip to the UP. Got my Persian donut with chocolate on top, so let's go. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I'm back in the UP, back at my property. Happy to be here. Another one-day visit, but I'll take it. So, today I will be laying out the foundation for the future cabin. So, in the last video, I dug this hole right here just to see how easy it would be. And it was pretty easy. So today I am going to set up the entire perimeter of the foundation. And so I need to drive some stakes, but first I need to get this corner square. This is going to be my primary corner. So I'm using what's called the 3-4-5 method. It's 3 feet in that direction, 4 feet in that direction, and 5 feet on the angle. What you're creating is a triangle, and it's got to be 3, 4, and 5. If you get those numbers correct, then you have a right angle. And that's very important for the first primary corner. After that, I can run a string line in this direction and a string line in that direction and pretty much have a right angle all the way down. And then I can stake down there and stake down there. And I'm going to be going 12 feet in this direction and 19 feet in that direction. I'm going to build a 12 by 19 floor so that I can have roughly an 11 by 18 inside dimension, because I'm going to be using 2 by 6s to build up the outside walls so that I can insulate them a little better. I want a little thicker insulation. It does get kind of cold up here, and my wife would not appreciate being cold if we come up here in the winter to hang out. So I got to make sure that this cabin is perfect for her. So I'm going to be overbuilding it, basically. So that's pretty much that. I'm going to be laying out the foundation today. I'm also going to try to dig some holes and set some sonotubes in and put in the 6x6 posts. Try to get them in place. If I can get them all done today, great. If not, I'll get the rest done in a couple of weeks, hopefully. But it's going to take some time because I think I have to dig 14 holes altogether, and that's all by hand. So good times, yes. I might have some bigger muscles when I'm done with this thing. So I have my first 19 feet ran. So from this point here, all the way over to this stake right here. So the next thing I have to do is a 3-4-5 in this corner so that I can keep everything straight going in that direction. So all the stakes are in place and everything's measured out. 12 foot this direction, 19 foot that direction, and from corner to corner, 272 on each corner. So that tells me that everything is square. So if you take 12 and square it, and then 19 and square it, you'll end up with your C, which is I think 505 or something like that. And then you want to square root that number to get your diagonal. And my diagonal came out to about 22 and a half feet, just slightly over. So 272 is pretty much right on. So I think I'm good to go. I could start digging holes and setting posts. So you'll want to dig the holes a little bit larger than the sonotube and the post so that you can kind of adjust as you set them in. About another foot to go. Well, that's one hole, and I'm tired. 52 years old. Whew, not what I used to be, but I still kind of got it. Whew, boy. All right, I'm going to take a little break and have a little Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper, that might be the reason why I'm out of shape, but I do like my Dr. Pepper. Whew. Whew. Well, it's about 3 feet deep right now. I got to get it down another, I don't know, maybe 12, 14 inches it looks like. It's pretty easy, but when you don't do this all the time, whew, man, I'm breathing heavy, but it's a good workout. And it's going to feel real good when this cabin is up and done. I'm going to remember this. Good enough. Hole number 3 is dug. And oh, they're going pretty easy, but whew, tiring me out. I'm going to take a little break and then hit corner number 4. Even though it's in the 30s out here, it's starting to feel like it's in the 70s. Whew. That's what work will do. You don't feel the cold when you're doing this. You feel it later though. All right, I have to get that rock out. Oh, yeah, that's a big one. Oh, man. Figures it's got to be right in my way. Two rocks. All right, there's one rock. Now, the other rock that's in there is about 4 times the size. So I'm gonna have to dig down and under it so I can get some leverage on it. Man, that's a big rock. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that out. Well, I might have to move everything over a little bit. Let me show you what we're looking at. All right, there it is. So if I put my foot in there for perspective, that's a big rock. I don't think I'm going to be getting that out. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. Here we go. I thought it was going to be easy, but it's always that last hole. Oh, big old rock. It's huge. I dug farther out in each direction, and I'm still hitting the top of the rock. So it's not something, even if I was able to get around it, I'd be able to pull out of that hole by myself. I'd need some machinery to do that. So I'm gonna scoot back a little bit with the holes and make that work. So I'm going to dig that hole back a little bit from that rock, and then I'm going to have to set this other one over on that I dug before, and then the other one too. I have to scoot them back a little bit and re-square everything. Well, here it is so far. This is the outside frame, and that's all I'm going to get done for today. Sorry I wasn't able to film more of the process, but after I hit that big stone over there, that forced me to change what I was doing, and so I had to think a little bit more and just didn't have time to film it all. Plus it was raining on and off, and it's cold out, so the battery on my phone was dying and I had to go recharge it. But I got all this in. I got 4 corners, everything's square and lined up, which is great. I had to play a little game over in that corner there. So I'm going to put another 4x4 like in that corner, and that big stone is about 2 feet down into the ground. So I'm just going to set that 4x4 right on that big stone. I don't think it's going to move. That stone's probably been in the ground for 100 years. So I don't think it's going anywhere. So I'm just going to set it right on there, pour some cement around it when I'm done, when I come back up in a couple of weeks, if it's not snowing or whatever, and start putting in the floor joists. Get all those in. The 2 center things are just temporary supports right now. I still have to dig more post holes, so I'm going to dig a post hole in the center and 2 on there, and then I'm just going to put 1 there and 1 here in the center of this 12-foot board, and then I'm going to run a support down the center and put 1 out in the center also. So I know it's overkill, but I don't want this thing to move, squeak, or do anything. I want to make sure this thing's here and able to stand for 100 years or better, as long as it's taken care of. So that's it for now. Until the next video, I'll be up here hopefully again in a couple of weeks. See y'all later.